Welcome to all students in this online class session 2020 up to 2021. BA part second semester third subject English literature. I am Nitish Telande, assistant professor in English. In last video, we learned about literary terms. There, we learned part first, part second, part third. And in this part, we learn literary terms like ambiguity, archaism, euphuism, Gothic novel, new criticism, and narrative. Today we are going to learn part 4th. In this part we are going to learn further literary terms like point of view and stroke character. So firstly we will learn about point of view. So point of view very important in literature or literary work because point of view focuses properly about dialogue or character. That's why reader or audience understand easily meaning of characters dialogue. So let us see point of view. Point of view signifies the way of story gets told, the mode established by an author by means of which the reader is presented in the characters, dialogue, action, setting and events which constitute the narrative in work of fiction. So here is signify the way of story to reader about characters, dialogue, action, setting, etc. So that is main purpose of point of view. The question of point of view has always been a practical concern of the novelist. So it is a very important in novel, and novelists this use point of view in their novel. Scatter observation on the matter in the critical writing since the emergence of the modern novel in the 18th century. Also in modern novel 18th century, 19th century, this term is used, and also now postmodern era, this term is used. That's why it is a very important point of view, literary point of view. So Henry James preface to his various novels, however collected as the art of the novel in 1934. Henry James wrote Art of Novels in 1934, and in this work he used point of view. Another writer, Percy Lubbock's The Craft of Fiction in 1926. So Percy Lubbock wrote The Craft of Fiction in 1926. He also used this point of view in this novel, which quantified and expanded upon James' comment made point of view one of the most prominent and the Persian's concern in the modern treatment of the art of prose fiction. So like that also it is used in prose fiction. So think about means many literary works this point of view is used. So we will see further information about it. It deals with the by far the most widely used modes, first person. So there are the first person, second person and third person. So we will see the first person, third person narration. So see here first person. It establishes a broad distinction between these two modes, then divide third person narrative into subclasses according to degree. So first person means I, second person means you, and third person means he. So like that, these persons point of view is divided in this term. So here is kind of the freedom or limitation which the author assume in the getting the story across to the reader. It then goes on the deal briefly with the rarely used mode of second person narration. Also here is a second person narration is used in the fiction or novel. Second person means to leave the main character and another you person narrate that story. It is called second person. And first person means there is a writer or poet or dramatist narrate that story. It means there is a I person narrate that story. It is called the first person. Now we will see the third person narrative. The narrator is the someone outside the story proper who refer to all the characters in the story by the name as he, she, they. That is out of the story, like he, she, they. Means that person narrates that story. It is called as a third person narrative. So here is a Jane Austen's novel Emma. So she used third person point of view in this novel Emma. Okay, an example of first person narrative is J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye. Means he used first person narrative or point of view in this novel. So this novel is The Catcher in the Rye in 1951. So there are also third person point of views types. Number one, the omniscient point of view, like that. B, the limited point of view. So you remember. Another example of the first person point of view. Remember this example for the first person point of view. These examples are like Marlowe in Heart of Darkness. After that, Islam in the Harbans, Marvels, Moby Dick, Nick in, B. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. After that, Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre and Violet, Charles Dickens' Great Expectation, Mark Twain's The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn, J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye. Already we discussed about this novel. Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man. So these are the example of first person point of view. Another second person point of view examples. So there are example Italo Calvia in If and Winter Nights a Traveler. After that, Michael Butter in La Malefiction. Next example is Machinery, Bright Light Brick City. These are example of the second person point of view. So remember, this is a literary term. Now we will see another literary term, and that is the last literary terms. This is stock character. Stock character means stereotypical character or extraordinary character. A stock character is a dramatic or literary character representing a type in a conventional manner and recurring in many works. So that is a stock character, means that is a representative character, stereotypical character, extraordinary character. It is called also stock character, and these characters are very important in literary work. Means reader or audience indicate extra activities from this character. So it is a stereotypical person who audiences recognize from the frequent recurrences in particular literary tradition. So there is a means that is the stereotypical character, and audience recognize to frequent recurrences in a particular literary tradition. So audience know about that is the extraordinary characters. For example, angry black woman, bad boy, Robinson Crusoe, knight, absent-minded professor, black knight. So these are the example of this character. So here we completed literary terms, and see in university exam question asks like that, explain any five volume literary terms. So you have to write only five literary terms out of 8. So here our lecture has been finished. Thank you.